Today we're going to be doing comparing and ordering integers. So that is using the less than symbol, the greater than symbol, and the equal to symbol. We're also going to be ordering the integers like from least to greatest or greatest to least. All right, we're going to go over the vocabulary. So our first vocabulary word is compare, and that is to note the similarity or dissimilarity. So meaning that is it similar or is it not similar? Okay. And then to order is to arrange things using a pattern. So go ahead and make sure that these are written down in your notes. All right, we're going to fill in the blank with a less than, greater than, or equal to symbol to make a true sentence. So I have 12 and I have -4. Well, I know that 12 is on the positive side, so I'm going to go ahead and put my 0 here. Now let's go ahead and count. So I can't count by ones because that's not enough. So let's see if I can count by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I could do 2s. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put my 2s in there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now I have to, this is where some students get confused. I have to count by 2s, but going backwards to here and start at the 0. So go 0 and then go -2, -4, -6. All right. So let's go ahead and graph the 2. So I have a -4. I'm going to put a point there. And then I have a positive 12, which is right here. So 12 is greatest, right? And the -4 is least. So we're starting with the 12. So 12 is greatest. So this is the greatest one. Actually call it greater, less than 1. All right, so I know that since we're starting with 12 here, 12 is greater than -4. So it opens to the bigger number and it points to the smaller number. All right, here's an example 2. Justin has a score of -4 on a trivia game. Desiree's score is -5. Write an inequality to compare the scores. Explain the meaning of the inequality. So I'm going to go ahead and put Justin's score. So I have Justin, and he's -4. And then I have Desiree is -5. And then I need to compare using greater than or equal than. So I know that -4 is closer to 0. So, and it's further to the right on the number line. So if I had here 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -4 is greater than -5. Okay, so what is the meaning of the inequality? So what does this mean? It means that Justin has a 1, right? Or he has more points than Desiree, as long as the more points wins. But maybe it's golf, right? Where it would be the opposite, right? But in this case, I would say that Justin won because he had the most points. So I went ahead and wrote Justin has the most points because -4 is greater than -5. Now we're going to get into ordering. And we need to order this set: -9, 6, -3, and 0. So I have some positive numbers and some negative numbers. My highest positive is a 6, and my lowest is a -9. So I'm going to go ahead and move it off to the right a little bit. And then I think I'm going to skip count by 3s because these are all multiples of 3s. So if I go 0, -3, -6, -9, and then -12, right? And then I can count by 3s going to the right of 0. So 3, 6, 9. So let's go ahead and graph each one. So -9, I'm going to put a point here. Then I have a +6, which is right here on the right. And then a -3, it's right here. And then, of course, our lovely 0, which is right here. And that is, we'll say that's purple. All right, so now we need to look at the least to greatest. So remember, the left side is the least, and the right side, going further to the right, is the greatest. All right, so I'm going from least to greatest, so I'm going to write it in this order. So what's the first one that comes up? It is the -9. So I'm going to write my set, -9. Then the next one that comes up is -3. Then 0, then 6. And that is my set from least to greatest. All right, here's our last one. The table shows the lowest elevation for several continents. Order the elevations from greatest to least. So going on the top, this is the greatest, and then our least. And then I'm going to look at the table, and I'm seeing I have a -418, and they're all negatives, but they're pretty big negatives. So I'm going to go ahead and count by, let's do 50s. So 0, we hear -50, -100, -150, -200, -250, -300, -350, -400, -450. All right, so let's go ahead and graph each one of these. So let's start with Africa. So Africa, I'll graph on black. So I have a -156, which is about right here. And we can write Africa if you want to. Okay. And then a -156. We'll just put -156 actually would be best. All right, and then Asia, since I already have pink on there pointing to it, right? We'll say pink is -418. So -418. And then I have a -12 we'll call for Australia. So that is pretty close to here. So we'll say -12. And then we have Europe is -28. So that's here. And then we have North America. Put that in purple. And that's after -50. We'll say it's about right there. So -86. And then let's choose another color. There's yellow. South America, and that is -105. And then it says from greatest to least. So that means I need to go from this greatest to least. So the first one that I get is the -12. So it does say order the elevations, not the continent. So we're going to go -12. So I'm going to put the numbers. So -12. And then what comes next is the -28. Then -86. And then -105. -156. And then -418. Ooh, it's kind of squishy in there. All right, and that is the end.